straight against the Reds. That is Pete Shork facing Kurt Abbott with a good news, bad news proposition. The good news is that this well-hit ball is not going to go over the wall, stays in the park. As it bounces around, Terry Pendleton scores, Andre Dawson scores, and here would be the bad news for Pete Shork. It's a home run even though it didn't go over the wall. Inside the Parker, 3-2 Marlins. Davey Johnson thinks that stinks. Well, wait a minute. The next bobber is Bob Nadel, the next batter, and that is a home run the conventional style over the wall. 4-2 Marlins after 2. Top of 4, second baseman Mario Diaz ranging leather. We're going to call that the underhanded flip to start the double play. Marlins a winner 7-3. That makes 2 inside the park home runs for Kurt Abbott in 4 days. I took a cold shower after the game, said Abbott, which is really a hygiene point that we don't need to know. Phillies trying to get over 500 against the Expos. Mike Schmidt spending his life after baseball as a hit ornament. 1-0 Expos, top of 6. Tommy Green trying to get his act back together. Darren Fletcher, exit, stage right. His 9th home run of the year, 2-0 Expos lead. Pretty good night for Jeff Facero facing Greg Jeffries, and that's high heat. Jeffries doesn't like it one bit. Facero 5 Ks through 8. Montreal a winner, 4-3. Facero noticed that Carlos.
In the third, smoke for Curtis Goodwin. Brady Anderson gets more smoke. Bobby Bonilla at third base, both good and bad in the field in the 5th. Snaring the shot from Jose Canseco. Beautiful play, but in the 7th, Jose up at bat again. Ground ball smash. Bonilla with a bobble. Has no play. The bases are loaded. In the 7th, next batter is Mike Greenwell. And this is a little looper off of Mark Lee. Drops in, base hit, scores John Valentin. And here comes Mauve on 5-0 Sox. Rocket Man. Swing and a miss for Manny Alexander as Clemens and the Sox win it 7-0. Boston, their 10th straight victory. It's their longest winning streak since July of '93. The Rocket earning his first victory in almost a month by striking out 9. Indians going for 4 in a row against the Yankees. Dennis Martinez 0-6 in 10 career starts at Yankee Stadium. Bernie Williams sends it high and deep, and aloha means goodbye. His 14th, and we're tied at 2 in the 6th. To the 7th, it's a coup d'etat against El Presidente. Williams with a base hit. Wade Boggs, who had doubled earlier, comes around to score 3-2 Yankees. Williams 2 for 4, drove in 2. To the 9th, Blackjack McDowell looking to go the distance. Sandy Alomar with a runner on, grounds into the 5-4-3 DP. Manny Ramirez would make the final out as Jack McDowell and the Yankees win it 3-2. The Yankees snapping their losing streak, keeping pace with the 45th and looking strong in the 2nd. Tino Martinez grounded to first. Wally Joyner stays in front of it and flips to Apier, who alertly covers first for the out. Apier in the 3rd against Warren Newson. He's a statue. And in the 6th, Jay Buhner goes down swinging. Apier with 6 scoreless innings. And Royals made 11 roster changes on Friday and brought up a bunch of new kids. Here's one of them, Johnny Damon, down the right field line. This kid has speed to burn. Johnny Damon in with a triple, his first major league hit. He would score to make it 4-0 Royals. About a peach fuzz on the KC roster these days. Brent Cookson. Meet Brent Cookson, everybody. How you doing, Brent? Scoring Greg Gagne, Cookson's first major league hit as the Royals go on to win it with a youth movement, 7-2. Kevin Apier finally gets his 12th victory. His last win came on June 23rd. Seattle entered the game with a half-game lead in the wild card chase. We will update.
Another spanking for the Rocks. Dave Justice. Express mail to right field, and yes, Big Brother was up 2-0 after 1, but the Rockies, yes, coming of age in the 3rd inning. 2 runs in already, and Larry Walker with the base knock to right. The next batter, Ellis Burks, a base knock through the hole to left, and then Andres Galarraga, a big cat with a big stick deep to the deepest part of the launching pad. That made it 5-2 Rockies, and then Larry Walker comes up in the 7th. Kind of felt like Coors Field the way the balls were flying out of there, but indeed it was Atlanta, and the Rockies finally exacting a bit of revenge against their older siblings. 16-4, so much for the little brother syndrome. Colorado's 16 runs, a club record for scoring on the road. The Rockies with a solid chance to be the first club since the '77 Dodgers to have 4 players with 30 home runs. facing Kirby Puckett with a man on. And when does Kirby not come through with men on base? The rip past Tony Phillips at third. Chuck Knobloch, who is fundamentally something, he scores on the double. Twins up 3-2. And then the defense. Greg Myers, I knew he would, but the leather. Dan Masteller robs him with a diving grab. I think we ought to look at that again. The leaping, lunging, extending, and then he gets up and goes and steps on the bag. He does it all. He's the complete package. Twins win at 6-4. The rookie Jose Parra holds baseball's highest scoring team to just 3 hits through 6. Chuck Knobloch records his 42nd multi-hit game of the year. And Angel in the outfield, Garrett Anderson, extends his hit streak to 11 games. Todd Van Poppel picks up his first win as a starter in more than a year as the A's down the White Sox 8-2. Bad news for the A's. Mark McGwire back on the DL with a lower back situation. Last place Blue Jays at the Rangers. Bobby Witt pitching well in his return to Texas. Scoreless first inning. Robbie Alomar at the plate. Goes to his room on the hook, and then Ed Sprague, another nasty one. He goes roomward. Nolan Ryan taught him everything he knows. Bottom of 8 now. Texas up 4-3. That's Jeff Fry with a 2-run shot off of Tony Castillo. Why don't you make it a Bud Light? Fry with 3 RBI in the game, and Texas is a winner 6-3. Bobby Witt celebrating his first game back with the Rangers by taking a shutout into the 7th. Paul Molitor stole his 33rd straight base without getting caught.
The Astros in the dome. Mike Hampton facing Carl Everett. Swing and a miss. And Jeff Kent looks like Clark Kent. Hampton, 7 innings, allowed only 4 hits. To the 4th, 1-0 Astros. Dave Magadan on at first. Mike Sims connecting off of Dave Malicki. 2-run shot to straightaway center field. 3-zip Houston. Fast forward to the 9th, Mike Hanneman making his first relief appearance for Houston. Runners on at first and second, 1 down. Jose Vizcaino with a line drive to center field. Brian Hunter says, I'll take that. And then throw to second, double play as they get Kent leaning the wrong way. Good night, game over, drive home safely. 3-1 Astros as they snap their 6-game slide, ending the Met winning streak in the process. Mike Hanneman, his first save as an Astro, said skipper Terry Collins, this was a huge win for us. Cubs and Giants at Candlestick. And more bad news for the beleaguered San Francisco pitching staff. Trevor Wilson faced 1 batter and had to leave with shoulder problems. His replacement, Jose Bautista. Here it comes. There it goes. Sean Dunston cranking a solo shot to right, his 12th of the year, and the Cubs take a 1-0 lead. To the 9th we go. To the final scoreboard we go. Cubs win it 4-9. Cubs win. Cubs win. Jamie Navarro tossed an 8-hitter, striking out 8. Wilson with a strained rotator cuff. There is no word at this point on how long he will be out. Neon Deion Sanders missed his 2nd straight game with migraine headaches. Padres going for a sweep of St. Louis to the 7th. Game tied at 3, bases loaded. Look out, T.J. Matthews. Pinch hitter Tony Gwynn with a single up the middle. Jody Reed scoring. The Padres up 4-3. The next batter, our man Archie Cianfrocco with a double to the gap past Brian Jordan. 2-run score. The Padres go up 6-3, then hang on for the 6-5 victory. The Cardinals, they do not like playing in the land of palm trees. They have lost 15 straight at Jack Murphy Stadium. Glenn Dishman went 7 2/3 innings for his 4th victory.